So back to Zeus, he's saying like, I must be like a really old soul. It's like, yeah, you are. But, in reality, you're just very, very, say, intelligent, highly intelligent. You learn from your previous lifetimes and so on like that, right? So what that means is, let me just give you a demo. So for example, it's your first lifetime here ever, right? And this isn't about generational patterns that you inherit, because that's something else. Okay? Although they could merge, and they do when you're created. Those two concepts, your previous lifetimes, family generational lifetimes, they just merge, and then that is a reference or the blueprint that your wireframe is created from, and then that creates you, your flesh, bones, and all that stuff. Your experience here, or how you will experience it here. It's like you bought if you were an amusement ride, it's like boom, oh, I bought this ticket from previous lifetimes and so on, right? And it's like, I guess I'm going on this ride. And basically, when you commit to coming into human form, it's like, oh, I'm going. You bought a ticket to be on a specific kind of ride. Okay? Fortunately, you can always get off that ride with XI. So back to old soul, new soul. We're all literally have no time. We're limitless beings. So that concept of being an old soul or a new soul doesn't it's not accurate, again, because you're at a highest level, you're spirit. So there's just, you're a timeless soul, and all of us. But the key is like, you know it's your first lifetime here. You're in like kindergarten. Okay, you're in kindergarten, and then the next lifetime would be first grade, the next lifetime would be second grade, and so on like that. So, but most people, go kindergarten, and then maybe first grade. They get the basics down. Third, second grade. So three lifetimes, right? And then it's like they don't quite say pass third grade. Literally, most people don't pass like third grade, or they pass like 80%, or sorry, like say 50% of third grade. So when they graduate or when they die, okay, and then go to the next, say, lifetime, which would be fourth grade in this case, although they're in fourth grade, they're redoing third grade over. They had to do third grade over. Okay. So most people of the world just basically fucking failed third grade, fourth grade, at most say fifth grade, so that's where most of society is. So what Zeus did, basically, and many of you are doing, is like, oh, okay, I learned what I was supposed to do at kindergarten. That's cool. Graduated first grade, graduated second grade. So you learn what you're supposed to learn, right? You got that graduation certificate. You got enough points. So you go to third grade, you go to fourth grade, you go to fifth grade, sixth grade and seventh grade. And this is where you get, say, highly intelligent. So, and so on. And then you can go to, like graduate school. You graduate high school, which most people don't, right? They never, most people um, never get really past ninth grade at the most, right? Yeah, unfortunately. And then you can get your doctorates, so to speak, and go. So that's, say, how souls work, or old soul, young soul. It's like, well, how fast did you learn from your past experiences so you can graduate to that next level? Simple as that. How many points basically did you earn, if you want to put it really in, say, a nutshell? So, and this is where it gets, well, fucked up, by the way. So it's like, by points, how many awakening points did you awaken? Did your experiences awaken you and benefit you, okay, properly? So that's how you gather points. But people nowadays, and this is where they get misled, And this is where, again, when they die, they go, shit, man, my points, the hard work that I did, they're not getting me anywhere. What the hell? You didn't collect the right coupon, so to speak. So this is about torturing yourself. This is about sacrificing yourself. This is about burdening yourself. This is about helping people not the correct way, again, by burdening and so on. This is about believing in things that put you in a confinement space versus an expansive state, whatever that might be. And I could go on and on and on and on. This is where you sell yourself for person or fortune or fame, and it's like those points, your points go way down. Even if like you were in, like, say, fifth grade, you sold yourself, you think that you graduated, but then when you die, it's like, shit, man, I'm back to kindergarten or maybe even before. So you gave all your points away to somebody else. So I'll talk about more of that, I guess. I think that's a really good way of like understanding the evolutionary process. On top of that, you have the family value structure. Did they learn from generation to generation to generation, which makes up your physical, connection or cellular identity, so to speak, your genetics, and then the two merge together. And then when they do, this is where some individuals, like in families, right, you might be called the black sheep or very, very different, say, than the rest of the family and so on. Like I'm very, very different than the rest of the family. Although my father was really, really bright and so on like that. That's how that works. That's how he gets a different types of individuals within the family structure. So old souls refer to lifetimes on Earth. Um, again, sure, but there's people. There's people that are, say, old souls, and I see them. It's like, shit, you've been around on Earth for a hell of a long time. It's like, yep, I have, and it's like, no offense, they're still in kindergarten. You know what I mean? So it's just a more accurate representation on how much you learned being on Earth. Because a lot of times, if you're really, really, say, highly intelligent, you could skip grades and so on. And again, be, say, an old soul, or old soul defining as, uh, how much wisdom you have, right? Oh, that's another thing. When I say grabbing points or bonus points, people again think about being good and all that stuff. It's not about that. It's just how awakened you are. Is there such a thing as volunteer souls? I'm not exactly sure what that means, but people do volunteer themselves to be taken over for sure.